connecting with the divine. Listen carefully, my beloved son, for every word that flows from my heart seeks to reach the depths of your soul and bring light to your moments of doubt and uncertainty. I know how noisy the world around you can be, how worries and fears may seem enormous before your eyes, and yet I want you to know that I am with you in every step, even when you do not perceive my presence. Please do not miss this special video. It is a message from God to illuminate your day. Click like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We aim to reach 1,000 subscribers to spread even more faith and hope. Watch until the end. Click on the first comment to discover the secret ritual to attract money and prosperity. Every challenge you face is not a punishment but an opportunity for growth, to learn to trust in that which sustains you beyond your own efforts. Remember what is written in Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. May these words be a beacon for your faith, reminding you that every circumstance is part of a greater plan, and that my invisible hands guide your journey. Stand firm, even when doubt whispers, and recognize that my peace surpasses all understanding, sustaining your heart and bringing comfort in every moment of your existence. Comment, I trust in God's love, He is my refuge. There are times, beloved son, when uncertainty will seem natural, and hesitation before important decisions will whisper in your mind that you should wait for absolute clarity. It is in these moments that patience can become a trap, and indecision keeps you at the edge of what I have prepared. But listen to me, this moment is not for waiting. It is a call to a different kind of readiness, a readiness born from the heart and faith, not full comprehension. I want you to know that I have already established the path before you, illuminated so that your spiritual eyes can see when your heart opens to me. Do not let fear or doubt delay the fulfillment of what belongs to you. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths. Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6. Remember, my son, that your progress does not depend on your perfection but on your willingness to trust and follow. Comment, I place my trust in God, He guides my steps. When you remain motionless before the call I place before you, you risk missing what I have prepared especially for this season of your life. The opportunities one grant are fruits of my preparation and care, and your hesitation does not change the timing of my providence, but it may delay your participation. Beloved son, my voice is clear, and the path begins when you listen. The presence surrounding you is closer than your own breath. You are never alone. Releasing your worries is not merely a suggestion, it is a fundamental principle for advancing without fear. Anxiety diminishes your capacity to perceive the direction I give, and when it takes hold, doubt arises, bringing hesitation that keeps your spirit out of reach of what I have already prepared for you. Comment, I release my anxieties to God, He strengthens me. Within you, I have already planted a seed of resilience and unwavering trust. This strength does not arise from your effort but from what I have deposited in your being from the beginning. Staying centered and connected with me is the key to receiving what I have prepared. Treasure moments of silence, for it is in these instants that your soul aligns with my will. Guard your heart against fleeting emotions that seek to divert you from what is essential. When your strength seems to wane, remember that you walk with me. I am not only beside you, I am the force that sustains every step, the invisible help that never fails, even when everything around seems uncertain. My power knows no limits, beloved son. It flows directly from the divine, independent of your human capacity. Every guidance you receive from me is an unquenchable light, ready to illuminate even the darkest paths. Adversities will try to steal what is rightfully yours, but they will not prevail. What I have prepared for you is secure and complete, held in my hand with eternal care. Your victory does not depend on your perfection but on my constant faithfulness. Therefore, even when your feelings waver, anchor yourself in trust. Do not let fear or frustration divert you from the path I have already traced with purpose and love. Comment, I remain steadfast in faith. God is my unshakable rock. When you face difficulties, do not succumb to discouragement. Even if others do not understand, I see every detail, every intention, and every silent tear. My vision is not limited, and my understanding is complete. It does not matter if those you love drift away or fail to understand your choices, I am with you forever. Soon, the promises I made will manifest in your life, not only as external events but integrating into the very fabric of your being. These manifestations will be proof of your commitment to persevere, of your faithfulness in waiting even in times of trial, and of my unwavering love that never fails. Did you know that there is an effective method to attract greater financial prosperity? This technique can help transform your deep-seated beliefs and change the way you perceive reality. It had a profound impact on my life, and we would like to invite you to explore this special practice. When we trust that God wants to act in our lives, we gain the courage to ask Him directly. God desires to bless each of us in a unique and wonderful way. That's why it's important to seek His blessings with faith and confidence, believing that He has a special plan for you. If you would like to support our work and the team dedicated to bringing content that inspires and transforms, we invite you to check out our product. The link is available in the first comment, so you can discover how this technique can also help you on your journey. Your contribution helps us continue sharing messages that make a difference. We deeply appreciate your trust and support. If you feel my closeness now, if something within you awakens and recognizes my guidance, know that it is not a coincidence. When I illuminate the path, it means the time has come to act. Do not linger in prolonged contemplation, let your trust turn into concrete action. In past times, I prepared the way, yet some missed opportunities by hesitating, seeking security or complete understanding before moving. True faith does not require seeing the entire journey from the beginning, but having trust that the light appears with each step. Moving forward even in uncertainty is what distinguishes those who participate in the fulfillment of what I have prepared from those who merely watch from afar. Comment, I act with faith, God opens doors for me. To fully receive the blessings I have for you, it is necessary that you participate actively. The readiness of your spirit is essential. Your willingness to move forward with courage and determination creates the space for my gifts to manifest. I invite you to embrace 3 fundamental principles to prepare your heart during this period of transition. First, dedicate time to a deep connection with me, allowing stillness and intimacy with my presence to become as vital as breathing. Second, cultivate discernment in your thoughts and emotions, recognizing what is temporary and what is eternal. Third, act with confidence, even without understanding every detail of the path. These principles are not mere suggestions. They are keys for your spirit to enter the abundance I have already prepared. Beloved child, life will present moments when haste and urgency seem to compel you to make quick decisions, but remember, it is not haste that defines your victory, but the trust and readiness of your heart. With every step, I am with you, guiding, correcting, and strengthening. Nothing you face is greater than the strength I place within you. The measure of your progress is not the absence of challenges, but your faithfulness in remaining by my side. Therefore, trust, move forward, and stand firm. What I have prepared for you is extraordinary, and your active participation is essential for the blessing to manifest fully, transforming not only your life but also the lives of those around you. In life, there comes a point when waiting for the perfect clarity no longer serves you. Moments arrive where the noise around you becomes deafening, where your mind races with doubts, and where even the kindest advice feels distant or misaligned. Yet, it is precisely in these moments that the quietest whispers often carry the most profound guidance. You have spent too long scanning the horizon for signs that fit neatly into your expectations, too long hoping that certainty would arrive fully formed. But certainty rarely comes as a fully polished revelation. Instead, it emerges in fragments, small nudges, fleeting insights, moments of recognition in mundane circumstances. A glance at a stranger, a line from a book, an unexpected encounter, these are not coincidences. They are the subtle orchestration of forces around you, urging you to move forward, to take a step you have hesitated to take, to trust a path that appears uncertain. The world tempts you to overanalyze, to wait for conditions that never arrive. And yet, movement itself brings clarity. By acting on even the smallest impulses of intuition, you align yourself with something greater than your current understanding. Each small step forward becomes a declaration of trust, a silent acknowledgement that you are willing to engage with life on its terms, not only on the terms you imagine to be safe. There is a rhythm to life that cannot be grasped with logic alone. You can study maps and analyze options, but the true path is often invisible to the eyes and mind alone. It is felt in the body, in the heart, in the stillness that follows a moment of courage. When you pause long enough to notice your inner stirrings, when you silence the external clamor, you will begin to hear the subtle signals that have always been present. They are not loud. They are not forceful. They do not announce themselves with grandeur or spectacle. Instead, they are gentle, persistent, and insistent, quietly insisting that you pay attention. There is no failure in following these signals, even when the outcome is uncertain. In fact, the very act of listening is itself transformative. It begins to reshape the way you perceive challenges, the way you understand possibilities, and the way you interact with the world. The smallest acts of obedience to this inner prompt, sending a message, taking a risk, offering kindness where it is unexpected, become threads that weave the fabric of a life aligned with purpose. In the silence of your mind, you encounter the clarity that is otherwise obscured by distraction. Your thoughts, your worries, and even your dreams often compete for attention, but when you choose to prioritize stillness over noise, a profound understanding begins to emerge. Look at the moments that demand patience, not as obstacles, but as invitations to practice discernment. Every delay, every pause, every period of seeming stagnation carries within it a hidden lesson. You are learning to recognize what is authentic versus what is fear masquerading as wisdom. You are learning to trust your instincts when external validation is absent. And in these moments, you discover an astonishing truth: the universe, or the unseen forces at play, are not waiting for your perfection. They are waiting for your courage. The courage to act, to step forward even with uncertainty, to commit to choices that feel aligned with the inner sense of direction you cannot fully explain. Each step, however small, brings the invisible world into sharper focus. People around you will often misunderstand what you are attempting to navigate. They may label your intuition as impulsiveness, your quiet confidence as recklessness, and your willingness to act without complete information as naivety. It is tempting to seek their approval, to explain yourself, or to wait until they understand. Resist this temptation. Approval from those who do not perceive the underlying currents is unnecessary. Your alignment is with forces that are larger than the limited scope of human comprehension. When you practice discernment and act in accordance with what resonates deeply inside you, you are building a foundation that cannot be shaken by misunderstanding. Over time, even those who initially doubted will come to see the fruit of your actions. But this is secondary. Your priority is clarity, trust, and movement born from your own attunement to insight. Every experience offers a form of guidance if you are attentive. Situations that appear as setbacks are often disguised invitations to deepen your understanding. Closed doors, missed opportunities, and sudden changes in circumstance are not necessarily denials. They are ways to redirect energy toward avenues more suited to your growth. When you face a situation that seems discouraging, pause and reflect. What is this moment trying to teach you? What subtle cues have you ignored that could illuminate the next step? By shifting your perspective from resistance to curiosity, you transform obstacles into teachers. Even the smallest confirmation, a fleeting sense of certainty, a whispered thought, becomes a compass pointing toward what is truly aligned with your path. Do not underestimate these quiet affirmations. They may appear insignificant in the moment, but when gathered over time, they reveal a map far more precise than the most detailed analysis ever could. The act of listening is inseparable from the act of moving. Reflection alone is insufficient without response. Every insight must be matched by action to realize its potential. This is where courage and faith intersect. Acting without guarantees, trusting the invisible currents, requires humility and resilience. You may not always see the immediate impact of your choices, and this is natural. The unfolding of events operates on a timeline beyond your immediate perception. Yet, each step taken in alignment with intuition strengthens your capacity to respond wisely in future moments. In essence, movement becomes a practice of trust, and trust becomes a skill refined through action. You discover that uncertainty is not an enemy, but a companion guiding you to depth, to subtlety, and to understanding that cannot be rushed. There will be moments when fear threatens to paralyze you. The unknown can appear menacing, the next step daunting. Yet, remember that fear is a signal, not a verdict. It indicates that you are on the threshold of meaningful growth. Lean into it, observe it, and then act despite it. Courage is not the absence of fear but the willingness to move in spite of it. The presence of doubt is not evidence that the path is wrong, often it is proof that the step matters. By acknowledging fear without letting it dictate action, you cultivate an inner strength that becomes your anchor. And with each courageous act, no matter how small, you reinforce the principle that forward motion is itself a source of clarity and empowerment. Pay attention to the subtle ways confirmation appears in your life. Sometimes it is through coincidences, other times through insights that arrive unexpectedly. A conversation with a stranger, a sudden thought during a quiet moment, a line of text that resonates, all of these are ways that guidance may manifest. The challenge lies in perception. Are you noticing them? Are you interpreting them with openness rather than skepticism? Your ability to discern the authenticity of these prompts depends on your capacity to remain present, attentive, and humble. In cultivating this attentiveness, you begin to see that guidance is not a singular grand event but a network of signals, patterns, and resonances that, when woven together, form the roadmap for meaningful action. Trust in the process is paramount. Even when the path ahead is unclear, even when outcomes cannot be predicted, there is a natural unfolding that supports those who move with intention and awareness. Action informed by reflection, courage tempered by discernment, and patience balanced with initiative, these qualities form the cornerstone of effective navigation through uncertainty. The key is consistency, to keep listening, to keep moving, to keep learning. Life rarely unfolds in perfectly straight lines, yet every detour carries a purpose. By embracing both clarity and ambiguity, you cultivate flexibility, resilience, and a profound sense of inner guidance that transcends external validation. Progress is not measured solely by tangible achievements or visible milestones, but by the depth of awareness, the refinement of discernment, and the expansion of courage that each step cultivates. Movement without reflection breeds chaos. Reflection without movement breeds stagnation. By balancing both, you harmonize with the currents of life, accessing a deeper wisdom that guides you through unseen realms. The interplay of insight, action, and courage shapes not only your path but your character, revealing the hidden potential within you. In this dance between the known and unknown, the seen and unseen, you learn to trust yourself, the subtle prompts around you, and the greater forces that support those who walk intentionally and attentively. Life, in its infinite complexity, rewards those who are awake, responsive, and willing to move forward, one mindful step at a time. My beloved child, listen carefully to these words that flow from my heart to yours, for they are meant to guide you through the moments when the world feels overwhelming and your own mind questions every step. Life often appears as a path shrouded in uncertainty, and yet I ask only that you place your foot where I illuminate the next step. Not the entire path, not the vast expanse of the journey ahead, but simply the next step. So often, my children yearn for reassurance in forms that match their understanding or expectations. They wait for signs that are large, dramatic, or unmistakable, yet I work in ways that surpass human imagination, often through quiet nudges, subtle prompts, and the gentle unfolding of circumstances. Remember what is written in Proverbs chapter 3 verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your path straight. It is in this daily trust, in this willingness to follow without needing complete visibility, that the light I offer becomes clear. Your heart, attuned to my voice, will perceive what your mind alone cannot comprehend. Step, my child, and I will guide you with certainty, even if your vision is limited and your understanding incomplete. When you move with trust, even in small measures, you open yourself to a clarity that is not derived from reason alone. Many remain stagnant, expecting perfection before action, waiting for signs that match their expectations instead of recognizing the subtle confirmations I provide. Yet, I assure you, my ways exceed your past experiences, your limited hopes, and even the fears that seek to hold you back. Your readiness to act upon what you hear, upon what your spirit discerns, transforms inner knowing into lived reality. It is not enough to hear my voice. The fullness of understanding emerges when you take a step, even a hesitant one, based on trust. When fear presses in, your vision dims, not because I am distant, but because uncertainty clouds the clarity I send. Recall the moments in your recent days when doors you thought closed opened unexpectedly, when guidance arrived through strangers speaking exactly what you needed, or when your inner promptings prevented you from remaining in stagnation. These are the moments I orchestrate to remind you that order comes from me, that even in apparent chaos, a sure sense exists within your spirit. Do not mistake calm for passivity, my beloved. This inner peace, this certainty, is not the product of overthinking or analysis. It is the manifestation of my presence within you. When you allow your heart to rest in me, you access a clarity beyond comprehension, a direction that surpasses what the eyes can see. My guidance is often subtle, revealed in quiet whispers rather than in dramatic declarations. Do not let your eagerness or the voices of others drown out this inner communication. Nor let anxiety about making mistakes immobilize you. Each act of trust, each step taken in faith, creates an alignment with the purposes I have prepared for you. As Psalm 32 verse 8 promises, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you with my loving eye on you. This counsel, though unseen, is steadfast, and it beckons you to move forward even when the path seems unclear. My guidance is a living presence within, ready to lead you when your heart is willing to obey, even imperfectly. Yet, beloved child, readiness alone is not enough. The posture of your heart, open, expectant, and grateful, is the vessel in which the blessings I have prepared can be received safely. Gratitude is not merely the response to visible blessings, it is the cultivation of a heart capable of holding greater gifts, the foundation upon which I can place new abundance. Without this gratitude, even good things may pass unnoticed or be mishandled, for the inner absence of thanks can block what is meant to arrive. Notice the small provisions in your life, the simple moments and quiet gifts that often go unacknowledged. These are not insignificant, they are the very training ground for your heart. A heart that cherishes what is small is ready for what is large. Your recognition, care, and appreciation for what is now entrusted to you, no matter how modest, expand your capacity to receive what I have long prepared. The simple acts of faithfulness, love, and thankfulness are far more powerful than they appear. I ask you, my beloved, to walk with me in a posture of readiness and receptivity, to cultivate an awareness of my presence that extends beyond seeking answers. Speak to me not merely for confirmation, but to open yourself fully to the whispers of your spirit. Ask for discernment to distinguish my voice from the noise that surrounds you, and seek understanding not with your mind alone, but with the deepest chambers of your inner self. As you do so, you will find that the most certain signs are often those that emerge from within, where spirit and truth align. The alignment of my guidance, your inner conviction, and the unfolding of circumstances is the unmistakable confirmation of my direction. When this alignment occurs, do not hesitate. Yield fully, move forward, and place your trust in what I have made ready. Your agreement with my plan, when it arises from a heart surrendered to me, is far more than mere assent. It is the act of co-creation with the divine, allowing what has been prepared in waiting to manifest fully. Now, my beloved, as you reflect upon this time of waiting and preparation, consider the heart of gratitude. Have you cultivated a life that expresses thanks even when the fruit has not yet appeared, when the visible blessings are delayed, or when circumstances seem incomplete? True thankfulness is not the response to fulfillment but the path that opens the way for fulfillment. In this posture, your heart grows larger, your spirit readier, and the blessings I intend to give can be safely received and multiplied. As your inner self embraces this gratitude, even the smallest gift becomes a conduit for greater abundance. You see, my beloved, It is not just the external circumstances that shape your readiness, it is the inner cultivation of a heart attuned to me. Walk now in trust, act with faith, and live with a constant awareness of my nearness. In these steps, the light of my presence will continue to guide you, each day bringing you closer to the fulfillment of what I have promised, as your life becomes a reflection of the love, order, and provision that flows eternally from me. Beloved, I want you to understand the depth of what it means to live a life rooted in thankfulness. Thankfulness is not merely an emotional response to good events, nor is it a fleeting sensation experienced only in moments of ease. It is a deliberate choice, an intentional posture of the heart that pleases me greatly and opens the channels for the blessings I have prepared for you. When you begin each day by speaking words of gratitude, you are not only acknowledging what is present in your life but also affirming your trust in my promises. Let your heart rise in silent or spoken acknowledgement, not because everything you desire has manifested, but because you know, with unshakable certainty, that I am faithful. As it is written in Philippians chapter 4 verse 6, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Let this truth anchor your spirit. Thankfulness is not passive, it is active. It is a light that illuminates the unseen pathways I have prepared, a declaration that your faith rests in me rather than in the visible world. Speak your thanks for what has not yet appeared, for the unseen is fertile ground where faith grows into fulfillment. The act of giving thanks in advance invites my presence to manifest blessings even before circumstances shift, and it signals to your own soul that your confidence rests in me alone. Take time, my beloved, to recognize the ordinary as extraordinary, for every detail of your life is imbued with my provision. Notice the chair you sit on, the table at which you eat, the soft morning light that rises to meet you, the quiet moments of reflection that are too easily overlooked. By acknowledging these seemingly small gifts, you cultivate a heart ready for greater blessings. When you are grateful for the little things, you prove yourself trustworthy with greater responsibilities. Do not reserve your joy only for moments of triumph, nor allow the absence of perfection to withhold your gratitude. I am present in both abundance and lack, in ease and in trial, and your recognition of my presence in all circumstances strengthens your spirit. Remember, my beloved, that it is in these ordinary moments that I see the measure of your heart. When you pause to express thanks for what is mundane, you are preparing the soil of your life for the extraordinary harvest I wish to sow. Be steadfast in this practice. Let it seep into the fibers of your daily living so that gratitude becomes not only a thought but a lifestyle, an ever-present current flowing through all you do. Speak your thanks boldly, for words hold power far beyond what you perceive. When you articulate the promises I have placed before you, you are creating a foundation in the unseen world where those promises can take root. Your speech, infused with faith and gratitude, silences doubt and strengthens conviction. Speak aloud, my beloved, and let your words rise with confidence so that your own mind cannot deny the truth of what I am accomplishing in your life. Every declaration of thanks is a seed planted in eternity, and every seed carries the potential for transformation. The simple act of expressing what you believe and what you anticipate cultivates a reality aligned with my will. Let your words serve as both petition and praise, a testimony of trust that bridges the gap between what is now and what is to come. Speak not out of desperation or longing, but from a place of assurance that I am faithful and that my plans for you are perfect and good. In this way, gratitude becomes a force, a living energy that draws blessings nearer and sustains them once they arrive. Let generosity accompany your thankfulness, for gratitude that remains inward and unexpressed is incomplete. When you share what you have, your time, your resources, your talents, you are giving tangible evidence of a heart transformed by my presence. Give not to receive, but to honor me and to bring light into the lives of others. The one who lives with a thankful heart does not withhold from the world. They reflect my abundance in ways that inspire and encourage. There is a profound joy in witnessing your acts of service ripple outward, touching lives you may never fully see, yet knowing that each gesture contributes to the greater tapestry of my plan. Thankfulness expressed through action is visible proof that your faith is not empty, but alive and active. Those who observe you will see a peace and joy that surpass circumstances, and they will wonder at the source of this serenity. My beloved, this is the work of a heart aligned with me, one that does not wait for perfect conditions or a completed journey before offering praise and living generously. By embodying gratitude in deeds as well as in words, you signal your readiness for the blessings I long to give. Do not delay in embracing this practice, for every moment you live without recognition of my goodness is an opportunity lost. Begin today, not tomorrow. Begin now, not after some event confirms what you hope for. Conduct your life as though you have already received what I have promised, for in the realm of faith, belief precedes evidence. Walk with joy and act with confidence, as though the fullness of my provision has already been realized. Your thankfulness is a declaration of your alignment with my purpose and a signal that your heart is prepared for responsibility, stewardship, and abundance. Remember, my beloved, that those who are strong in spirit do not require visible proof before they trust. They trust, and their gratitude reflects that trust. Faith and thankfulness are inseparable companions, each reinforcing the other. The unseen world responds to this dynamic, promises are drawn near, and blessings are secured. You are entering a season where this principle will manifest powerfully in your life, as your consistent heart has already demonstrated readiness and devotion. Finally, consider the perspective I ask you to maintain daily, to see life through the lens of my presence and provision. Even in simplicity or scarcity, there is evidence of my care. Even when your circumstances seem ordinary or insufficient, recognize that each breath, each meal, each place of rest testifies to my ongoing attention. Count your blessings, both great and small, and let each expression of thanks deepen your awareness of my closeness. There are many who lack the basic necessities, who go without warmth, sustenance, or comfort, yet you are accompanied by me, held in my care, and surrounded by possibilities for growth and fulfillment. Your heart, attuned to gratitude, becomes a vessel capable of receiving more, not out of entitlement but out of readiness. Your joyful response to life as it is positions you to walk boldly into life as it will be, embracing the fullness of my promises. This is the power of thankfulness, my beloved. It transforms perception, aligns your spirit with my will, and opens the doorway for the abundant life I intend for you. So live in thankfulness daily, as a lifestyle that permeates thought, speech, and action. Let gratitude guide your responses, shape your perspective, and influence the choices you make. Speak your thanks aloud, act with generosity, appreciate the ordinary, and embrace the unseen with confident expectation. Know that in doing so, you are not only receiving my blessings but becoming a living testament to the reality of faith, hope, and divine provision. Your life, marked by gratitude, will inspire others, strengthen your spirit, and align your heart with my eternal purposes. Continue to cultivate this practice consistently, for the day is near when all that you have been faithful in expecting, all that you have prepared for in trust and action, will arrive in its fullness. Your thankfulness is the key that opens the door, and your readiness proves your worthiness to steward the abundant gifts I long to pour into your life. Walk forward, my beloved, with joy, expectation, and an unshakable heart of gratitude, for the best is not just coming, it is already beginning to manifest before your very eyes. Beloved child, hear these words and let them settle in your heart, for they are an expression of the love and guidance I have for you. Each day, as you awaken and prepare to step into your hours, pause and recognize the gifts that surround you. Even the smallest things, the warmth of sunlight through your window, the rhythm of your breath, the comfort of a quiet space where your mind may rest, are manifestations of my care. They are not incidental or trivial, they are the seeds of deeper understanding and the starting point of a life lived in harmony with me. In the book of James, it is written, "Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights." James chapter 1 verse 17. Reflect on this truth as you move through your day. Your awareness of these simple blessings allows you to cultivate a spirit of gratitude, not for what you desire or hope to receive, but for what is already yours. Recognizing this is the foundation for the fullness of joy and the deep, abiding peace I wish for you. In the quiet moments when your mind drifts and your thoughts scatter like leaves in the wind, bring them back gently to me. Offer a silent word of thanks for the simple things, the bed you rise from, the nourishment you partake in, the roof that shelters you, and the loved ones whose presence colors your world. Such acknowledgement is not a ritual, it is the recognition of my presence in all things, the acceptance that your life, in all its intricate details, is held by my hand. If your heart can grasp and cherish these simple moments, you prepare yourself for the greater abundance that is yet to come. But if you allow these small blessings to slip by unnoticed, when larger gifts arrive, your soul may fail to see them as expressions of my love and provision, and they may pass without leaving the impression they were meant to leave. The act of appreciating what is small trains your heart to receive what is vast, and it strengthens your spirit in ways invisible yet profoundly powerful. Beloved, I do not require grand gestures or elaborate words when you speak to me. Your love and your recognition of me do not depend on the magnitude of what you offer or the complexity of your expressions. Rather, I seek a heart that understands where goodness originates, a soul that perceives the truth that all blessings, whether subtle or great, flow from my will. Each act of sincere appreciation strengthens your connection to me and to the unseen realm where divine provision flows. Consider this: if a child is unable to value the small kindnesses offered to them each day, how could they be trusted with treasures of greater magnitude? So I ask you to nurture your capacity to cherish, to handle with care even the smallest aspects of your life. Arrange your surroundings thoughtfully, treat your possessions as sacred, and tend to your responsibilities with love and attention. These actions are not merely practical, they are expressions of a heart ready for deeper spiritual understanding. I am already present in every corner of your life, not as an observer seeking fault, but as a companion eager to know your heart and your willingness to receive my guidance. When you act with mindfulness and gratitude in everyday life, you reveal your readiness for the abundance that is yet to unfold. The unseen world watches the heart that honors the simple and the routine, and in doing so, prepares the way for experiences of lasting joy and divine intimacy. To walk in a state of thankfulness is to open the door to unseen realms of spiritual insight and blessing. When you speak words of praise, even when circumstances feel lacking, your voice reaches far beyond your immediate awareness. This is the spirit of faith in action, recognizing that what you hold, however modest, is sufficient to honor me. Gratitude is the key that opens hidden doors, the seed that draws my presence nearer, the light that illuminates paths yet unseen. In each breath, each step, each decision to cherish the present, you create a space where divine truths may be revealed. I long to share with you the richness of my presence, not only in times of visible abundance but in the quiet moments where your soul leans into me. These moments of simple thankfulness are not idle, they are active engagement with the unseen, preparing your spirit for revelations and blessings beyond comprehension. As the psalmist says, I will bless the Lord at all times, his praise shall continually be in my mouth. Psalm 34 verse 1. Let this be your posture, to honor and praise me from the very first light of day, to carry that spirit into each action, each conversation, and each thought. In doing so, you create a life in which my presence is not a distant hope, but an intimate reality. Every act of appreciation becomes a bridge between the seen and the unseen, a path along which my goodness flows freely. Furthermore, I desire that your actions reflect the understanding that generosity is not measured by the size of what is given, but by the heart with which it is offered. To give is to create space within your life for more of my blessings, whether those gifts are physical, emotional, or spiritual. True giving comes from a heart attuned to the needs of others, responding with compassion, tenderness, and selflessness. It is in the simplest gestures, the word of encouragement, the attentive ear, the compassionate glance, that lives are transformed and paths are redirected. These acts, though unseen in their full impact, resonate in the spiritual realm, opening doors that lead to profound outcomes in due season. Consider the power of forgiving one who has hurt you. Releasing resentment is an act of generosity far greater than material giving, for it frees your soul from the weight of bitterness, allowing love and grace to flow unhindered. When you forgive, you are not condoning wrongdoing, rather, you are affirming the sovereignty of goodness over pain, the power of light over darkness, and the supremacy of love over all injuries. As written in Ephesians, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32. Forgiveness is a gift to yourself and to the unseen world, an act that creates fertile ground for blessings to grow in ways you cannot yet see or understand. Beloved child, understand that the condition of your heart is far more significant than your surroundings or your material state. The care and attention you give to what you have now, your time, your possessions, your relationships, reflects your readiness to receive more. A heart devoted to me recognizes my presence in all things, rejoices in small blessings, and walks with faith through ordinary moments. This readiness is not demonstrated through words alone but through actions carried out consistently, with integrity and love. By living in a way that shows appreciation for what is present, you prepare your spirit for the deeper truths and abundant goodness I wish to reveal. You become trustworthy in matters both small and large, creating a foundation for spiritual growth that will sustain you in times of greater responsibility. The unseen realm, attentive to the soul that values simplicity and sincerity, responds with opportunities and insights that extend far beyond what you imagine. As it is written, a faithful man will abound with blessings. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 20. Faithfulness in small matters mirrors a heart aligned with divine will, and through this alignment, you become a vessel for profound joy, peace, and provision. Finally, let your life be a reflection of gratitude, generosity, and attentive love. Understand that each action, no matter how simple, carries weight in the unseen world. Care for your surroundings with thoughtfulness, speak words that uplift, forgive offenses that seek to bind your spirit, and respond to the needs of others with a heart that mirrors mine. By doing so, you prepare yourself to receive not only tangible blessings but also spiritual insight and the profound joy that comes from walking closely with me. Your thankfulness and readiness are invitations for me to dwell in your life fully, revealing truths, granting peace, and providing abundance in ways that surpass understanding. The more you cherish what is now, the greater your capacity to receive what is to come. Let the light of your gratitude shine in every corner of your life, illuminating paths for yourself and for others, becoming a channel of my presence and a testimony of faith made alive through action. Your devotion in small matters paves the way for a life of extraordinary blessing. Let these truths settle in your heart, guiding every step, every breath, every act, until your life reflects a harmony with the love and providence I so deeply desire for you. The path of true generosity is not measured by grand gestures or extraordinary wealth. It is woven into the everyday choices you make to extend love, compassion, and care beyond yourself. When you pause to listen with intent to someone whose voice would otherwise go unheard, or when you offer a gentle glance of understanding in a world that turns judgmentally away, you are participating in something far greater than the material realm. These acts, though seemingly small, ripple through the unseen layers of existence, carrying with them power that even the most skeptical eyes cannot perceive. Just as water naturally flows to quench the thirst of parched lands, your life is designed to reach outward, to carry my presence into corners of the world where hope is scarce. Each time you give freely, without expectation, you open a conduit for renewal in your own spirit, and I, in turn, replenish you with blessings that exceed your imagination. The secret of this rhythm is not to measure the gift by its visibility or perceived significance, but to trust that the unseen world receives every act of kindness and amplifies it far beyond what your eyes can behold. There is a profound truth reserved for those who live for more than themselves, a quiet wisdom that is accessible only to hearts willing to step beyond self-interest and embrace the discipline of giving. I have prepared unseen treasures, doors that open only for those who choose generosity over clinging to comfort, and these treasures are not limited to material wealth. They manifest as doors in relationships, opportunities in work, and the sudden presence of guidance where confusion once prevailed. You will not encounter lack when your steps follow the path of giving I set before you. Indeed, the more you allow your heart to overflow with love, mercy, and care, the more remarkable events will unfold around you. Situations that once appeared immovable shift, solutions arrive from unexpected quarters, and connections form with people who, at the time, seemed invisible. I see every act of steady kindness, every tear shared for another's pain, every silent word of comfort. Nothing escapes my awareness, and your devotion is never wasted. The balance of the universe ensures that goodness always returns to those who pour themselves out, even if the world does not notice. The strength you draw from staying near me is more than a comfort, it is a force capable of overcoming obstacles in ways that surpass human understanding. I have already positioned opportunities along your path, moments of favor and progress intended for precise timing, yet many fail to grasp them because they become distracted, lose courage, or allow doubt to cloud perception. Those who hesitate, seeking complete understanding or absolute assurance before stepping forward, often miss the blessings laid before them. The truth is that certainty is cultivated through engagement, through persistent connection with me. When your heart is aligned with mine, your words and intentions stir the unseen forces at work, transforming potential into reality. Faith-filled communication is not passive, it is an active, powerful energy that shifts circumstances, dismantles barriers, and clears the path for breakthroughs you may have deemed impossible. Your voice in this conversation matters profoundly, far more than you realize, and it carries influence into realms unseen by human eyes. Even when the world presses you to silence, even when circumstances seem insurmountable, the choice to continue speaking with me sustains the momentum of your journey. The unseen realm responds to your openness, reinforcing the structures I have built to bring good into your life. Each whisper of trust, every honest confession of heart, acts like a beacon, drawing support and guidance from sources both visible and hidden. Conversely, retreating from conversation slows progress, not because I withhold blessings, but because your own participation is essential for their manifestation. To remain still is to pause the flow of what has been set into motion, yet persistence, even in fatigue, invites the extraordinary into your ordinary days. Your words are not just expressions, they are instruments of transformation, shaping outcomes in ways that your mind may never fully comprehend. Speak with courage, with intentionality, and with the unwavering belief that each syllable carries weight in the unseen, influencing the course of your life and the lives of others. Your own presence at the threshold of opportunity is powerful, and you have been placed here with intention. You are the steward of your journey, the guardian of your path, and the keeper of the doorway to all that is possible. Even when comprehension falls short, or the future appears clouded by opposition, your steadfast engagement ensures that nothing is lost. Do not allow weariness, distraction, or resistance to steal the vitality I have placed within you. There will be forces, subtle and persistent, that attempt to dull your voice, to hinder your prayers, and to still your faith. Their goal is not ultimate destruction, but interruption, for they understand the power of your connection with me. Yet when you persist, when you speak from the depths of your heart and refuse to yield, every layer of opposition begins to dissolve. Your determination becomes a key that unlocks what others cannot, opening the door to opportunities and favor that would remain closed to the hesitant or distracted. Speak to me continually, my beloved, for in every word, every sigh, and every thought that seeks my presence, you create a sacred shield around the blessings I have prepared for you. When your heart is anchored in conversation with me, resistance cannot find a way into your spirit. Hidden snares, tempting diversions, and the subtle erosion of small yielding steps will not touch you when your dialogue with me is steady and genuine. Many pursue the things of greatness, seeking abundance and fulfillment, yet lack the inner capacity to hold them. It is not enough to desire what I offer. You must be shaped, molded, and strengthened in your spirit to receive it without being burdened by its weight. The consistent practice of speaking to me, not as a fleeting ritual but as a heartfelt communion, prepares you to embrace fully the destiny I have designed for you. Remember, my presence is always near, even when silence seems to stretch between us, for the work I do within you cannot always be measured by the visible world. The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land and will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail. Isaiah 58 verse 11. This passage reminds you that my guidance is constant and nourishing, even in seasons that feel dry and barren. Your words, when offered with sincerity, act as a conduit through which my strength and wisdom flow freely into your life, preparing you to walk confidently into the future I have ordained. Understand, my child, that speaking with me is not a mere transaction. It is an exchange that strengthens the very fibers of your spirit, allowing you to carry the abundance I will pour into your life without faltering. When you speak from your heart, your sincerity signals readiness and cultivates the capacity to hold what is yet unseen. In moments when you are weary, when the nights are sleepless and tears silently fall, your voice rises to me and I hear more than the words themselves. I hear your desire, your devotion, your trust. I respond in ways that shift circumstances, rearrange situations, and open paths where none seemed possible. Obstacles that appear formidable crumble before my intervention, yet you must speak with the assurance of one who is mine, relying not on your own might but on the power within my name. The discipline of steady communication with me is not for my benefit, but for yours. It readies you, molds your heart, and aligns your spirit with the flow of blessings I intend. Trust in this, my beloved, for every act of speaking to me is like laying a stone in the foundation of your destiny, firm and unshakable, preparing you to stand in the fullness of the life I have planned. Even in the silence, when my presence seems still, know that I am active in ways you cannot see. Sometimes I wait not to grant your request immediately, but to witness your devotion, to see if your heart longs for me alone, independent of what you hope to receive. This period of quiet is sacred. It transforms you, shaping your spirit to receive the very change you seek. The patience you cultivate in these moments strengthens you more than any immediate answer ever could. You are learning to align your will with mine, to trust my timing, and to maintain faith when visible proof is absent. Your perseverance in speaking to me without distraction, without urgency, reveals the depth of your reliance on me. It is not the speed of my response that measures your faith, but the steadiness of your heart as it communes with me. Every whispered thought of hope, every unspoken longing, every quiet word of trust, contributes to a spirit that is fully prepared to walk into the destiny I have ordained. My beloved, recognize that the words you speak outwardly carry a weight far greater than you imagine. They shape your reality, influencing the unseen currents that govern the unfolding of my plans. When your words are spoken with doubt, they subtly divert your heart from the certainty of my promises, and you begin to miss the good things I am arranging for you even now. But when you speak with unwavering belief, even before proof appears, you create a space where my purposes can manifest freely and without hindrance. Each declaration of faith you make becomes a beacon, guiding circumstances and aligning the forces of the unseen in your favor. You are not powerless. You are an active participant in the unfolding of your life through the words you choose to speak. Speak with intention, my child, and let every sentence affirm the truth that what I have promised cannot be thwarted. In doing so, you move in harmony with my will, allowing the fullness of my blessings to flow unimpeded into your life. Speak aloud, I walk confidently today because my God has gone before me. No power can stop what is ordained for me. Hope this message has been an inspiration to you. If it touched your heart, write Amen in the comments and share it with someone who also needs to hear this word. I invite you to click on the first comment, where you will find a special prayer and a suggestion to strengthen your spiritual journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more inspiring content like this. See you tomorrow.